and that was only the start. High-flying London Broncos arrive at Headingley, coached by a former Leeds favourite. Tony Curry was their Player of the Year in 1986. Match referee today is Russell Smith, and it's going to be the London Broncos, 3 wins from 5 starts in Super League, who get this match at Headingley underway. Terry Mattison with the kick. Leeds then will have the first set of 6. A Leeds side that have made their worst start to a league campaign in 50 years when they lost 4 in a row. Here's the team that does duty today. Gibbons is the fullback, Fallon, Iro, Cummins and Hassan. David Gibbons and Graham Holroyd the half. And up front, Neil Harmon returns, the captain after injury. Basilikopoulos, Howard, Mercer, Morley and Forshaw. On the bench, Fozzard, Golden, McDermott and Hall, and Dean Bell, the coach. London, McRae at fullback, Minto, Lippi, Cochrane, Roskill, Tollett and Kevin Langer, Shaw, Ray, Mestrov, Gill, Bryant and Mattison. And on the bench for London, Stevens, Dinover, Pitt and Borden, the coach, Tony Curry. Steve-O, big day for London. They have high hopes of ending in the top 4, and this is a real test.
Not only for the Broncos, but also for Leeds. You mentioned that they've got off to a bad start, and the nerves will be tingling. Their coach, Dean Bell, knows they've got to put up a good performance today. They have not been getting the big crowds here, and they've got to start playing good open football. And I think we might see it today.
Darren Shaw disappears underneath that particular challenge. It's Tony Ray who is the dummy half, and he gets it away to Duncan McRae. McRae again linking into the line, but well watched there by Adrian Morley, the 18-year-old second-row forward for Leeds. Now, it's Mestrov, tackled that occasion by David Gibbons. That was Kevin Langer. They're running the ball here. London, McRae again. But he's surrounded, wrestled to the floor. That was the last tackle. It's the turnover. Tony Curry, the London Broncos coach, great favourite here at Headingley in his playing days. Anthony Gibbons now, 20-year-old, the Gibbons twins, of course, playing today for Leeds. David Gibbons playing at standoff. But that's Marcus Basilikopoulos.
Pretty close to a shepherd then. Used the Leeds player and then went back around him. Russell Smith said it was okay.
Holroyd. Gibbons dragging Mercer into it. Back to the other Gibbons.
A Bronco player flat out in the background there.
As Harvey Howard makes a great break, and it's supported there by Gibbons. Long pass out wide to Iro. Iro, well measured by John Minto. It's the last tackle, but this is a great break from Leeds. Into the arms of Forshaw. They've got men out wide. There is a huge overlap. Cummins. It goes out to Hassan. He's in touch. Terrific defence.
Well played, Peter Gill. He held back for the right moment. See how he left the man carrying the ball and went out for Hassan. The experience there. Many a player would have gone back on the inside for the dummy, but he pinned his man into the corner. Nice long ball out wide. Cummings linked through, but look at the positioning there. Gill goes in. That's a copybook tackle.
London beat Workington 58 points to 0 2 weeks ago, and coach Tony Curry was left with no option but to name the same 17 players. He said, how could you leave anyone out from a team that won by 58 points to 0? So he's expecting a good performance from his London Broncos side, but they've just been pinned by the referee for a forward pass.
Tony Ray can't believe it. It was a line ball effort, but Russell Smith had no doubt. Line ball to mine. Shaking his head is the experienced Tony Ray, the former North Sydney player.
So a chance here for Leeds as Iro gets the pass from Holroyd. He gets away from Lipia. He's swatting them off. It's such a difficult man to get down. And luckily for London, Kevin Langer was in there to do the last tackle. This now is Gary Mercer. Mattison takes him low down.
Well, Kevin Iro was lucky not to be penalised there. He got up and played the ball and then moved a yard to his left. Supposed to play the ball where you get tackled.
Neil Harmon plays the ball. Behind him was Vasilakopoulos. He finds Holroyd. Holroyd takes over again. Crunching tackle.
He's hurt himself, though. He put his body on the line and came off second best. That is a bad shoulder injury, I feel.
Out wide is Hassan. Hassan gets the call from Cummins inside, and Francis Cummins will score. There was a hole there where the London Broncos player was down and injured, and Leeds exposed the defensive hole.
They took full advantage. They could see that there was a player there. They drove it into the middle. A good play by Gibbons, keeping it alive. And then when they went back to it, Holroyd could see the man on the ground, and Hassan did well. Well supported there. He'll be happy with that one. But Gibbons kept it alive. And you can see that the London Broncos defence is all at sea. Did well, did Hassan, but good support play there. And that all came about by the crunch tackle by Cochrane. He put his shoulder into the tackle, came off second best, and he went down like a sack of potatoes.
So Holroyd then with the opportunity to add the extra two, and left-footed, he does exactly that. Leeds ahead by 6 points to 0.
Looks like a bad shoulder injury, but he also has another big problem with this new kid, Leroy Leapier. I'm afraid he's having an awful time against Kevin Iro. He's missed him 3 times to mine.
Here is Leapier now, and they've made 2 changes. Deneva and Russell Borden have come on after that try was conceded. This now is Justin Bryant. Nowhere for him to go. But this is the way Cochrane got injured. It was a crunching tackle, but he came off worst. Adrian Morley managed to pick himself up and play the ball. Tollett with a little run, well stopped by the number 22, David Gibbons, and then he's penalised.
Holding him down, it was a great tackle, you can see there. The reason why they do that is to give the defence chance to set up, but it was well spotted by referee Russell Smith.
Dinova to Langer, and then the runner there is Borden. Russell Borden, former Queensland under-19 representative. And here now is Darren Shaw trying to muscle his way to the line. Big chance here for the Broncos. Dinova to Langer. He tries to step away from the challenge of Morley. Gets the pass in. Matheson plays the ball. Langer inventive again in front of those Leeds posts. But good defence for the men from Headingley. Matheson, long pass out wide to Tollett. Well watched by Cummins. And the ball comes free. Barry McDermott has come on for Neil Harmon. So Leeds now, their captain, out of the match for the time being. But isn't Cummins getting through some work in defence here? Matheson hoists the kick. It's a good kick too. Iro's underneath it, and Iro with all the strength to just brush away from Minto and set off on a run. Here's Iro. They're all after him, and Iro's going to make it from one end of the field to the other. This could be a great try. Oh, magnificent! Well, he defused the bomb, and he just set off for the other end of the field. And London, they tried to track him down, but nobody got to him until the line. Fantastic try from Kevin Iro.
The big thing is, did he defuse the bomb? Let's see, was he in the field of play? That's a defused bomb. How come he let it play on? He's played the advantage, but it's a big one, it's a big call. And once again, we see that Leroy Leapier was up to no match to it. The big man just raced away. He had the speed. Nothing that they could do about that. Scott Roskill, he came across in vain. But the big man, they call the beast. What a great try. Up he goes. He defuses the bomb, but the referee allows the play on. Russell Smith. To the chagrin, no doubt, of the London Broncos.
Graham Holroyd then, 1 from 1. This one far more difficult, but he drifts it in on the breeze, and he finds the mark, does Graham Holroyd. He's in fine kicking form, and Leeds ahead by 12 points to nil, courtesy of one of the tries of the Super League season so far, scored by Kevin Iro. Mestrov returns. Tony Curry making changes every time Leeds score. And they might have to make another change in a few moments because Leeds are pressing strongly again here, although Vasilakopoulos has got problems with the knee.
He looks in a lot of pain. I think the knees collided against the head. Vasilakopoulos looks in a lot of pain. Oh, it's clutching there. No, it's just twisted. You could see he was going round. The body was twisting. Oh, he's in a lot of pain. Russell Borden was the man that was turning the body, but the knee just stayed there.
Langer takes the tackle, quick play the ball to Matheson. Matheson, short ball, but Leeds coming quickly and close the door on Russell Borden. Ray, dummy half, gets the pass away to McRae. It's good defence this though from Leeds. They certainly have been inspired, I fancy, by their first win of the season. Had that dreadful start to Super League, but finally got their season underway with victory over Sheffield Eagles, and they're building in confidence now. Matheson.
It's so good that the Broncos have to change their tactics. The little kick, the little chip down, the grubber, they've got to do something because they're not finding any gaps at all.
Knock on, another mistake from the Broncos. Tony Curry, their coach, will be furious.
Well, look at that. The experience there, the hooker, Tony Ray. It's not often you see that from that man. He's usually a very good pair of hands. They're just not getting it right at the moment. But Leeds are. And as Eddie mentioned, the defence is superb.
This is Mercer now. Now Holroyd, and he gives it to McDermott to carry the movement on. He stands in the tackle well, gets the ball away to Anthony Gibbons, the fullback who's chimed into the line. And someone's on his way to the bin here. It's Duncan McRae. Take 10 minutes, says Russell Smith. Interference as to play the ball. It was a professional foul, and things are going from bad to worse for London Broncos.
Never any doubt. Done the tackle on Gibbons. Gibbons trying to get away there. And the fullback, Duncan McRae, sits down for 10 minutes. More pressure for the Broncos.
Well, Tony Curry is the most demanding of coaches, and I rather fancy he will wipe the floor with the London Broncos at half-time. He's not happy when they win. Now they're down to 12 men, and they'll have to battle their way towards half-time. Holroyd, with all the time in the world, gets the ball away to Anthony Gibbons again. His brother, David, in at dummy half. Long pass to Holroyd. Holroyd chips it through, goes through the gap, and that's a great try. Mercer or Holroyd, take your pick. Holroyd's claiming it. He certainly produced the goods with a little dab through, and Mercer says it's mine. Holroyd says I'll take the 4, but the important thing for Leeds is they've scored another try. Let's put that down to a joint effort.
Good thinking there. They knew that Duncan McRae, the London fullback, had just been sent to the sin bin, so therefore no one had the sense to drop back. There was no fullback, nowhere to be seen. I think you'll find that Mercer just got the fingertips to it, but great stuff from Holroyd. And they lost the plot in London. No one even went back. But let's not take anything away from that lad.
Gary Mercer claims the try, his second in Super League. It was certainly conjured up for him by this fellow, Graham Holroyd. 2 from 2 for Holroyd, that's 3 from 3. And Leeds in the sunshine at Headingley are flying 18-0. Ray McRae to Denver and Langer. Tollett is there, he wants it and got it. He also got the tackle from number 10, Harvey Howard. Matheson with the break. Support is there. Ray's over under the post, surely. No, he's held up. That was a tremendous tackle back by Fallon. Fallon gets patted on the back for that effort. No wonder. Tollett fires the pass away again. They're over this time. Peter Gill, but it's a double movement. No try.
Tremendous tackle, though, from Jim Fallon, stopping Tony Ray. And then you'll see Gill makes an attempt and moves the ball when he was grounded.
David Gibbons, Forshaw. Good tackling, though, by the Broncos that time.
Well spotted by Kevin Langer. But they're taking the gamble when one comes out of the line like that. If you miss him, there's a huge gap appears.
Massive kick downfield from Gibbons, and it just hits the corner flag. That means it's out, and so it's a 20-meter place kick.
Just hits the corner flag. Much to the relief, I think, of the Broncos. They know they're in a tough contest. There's not so many eager to take this ball up now. Look, runs from dummy half. He couldn't see any forward queuing up to take the ball up. That's a bad sign, I'm afraid.
Denver wants to take it up, though. That's a great break up the middle, and he's all the way through, Leo Denver. But the defence comes back again. Anthony Gibbons and Jim Fallon. There was a little bit light on support, the Broncos. This is Mestrov. That's another good tackle coming in from Gibbons again. Well, these Leeds youngsters are working so hard. Leapie to Denver, who started this move. Tollett, nowhere for him to go. They're moving up in one line, Leeds. And they're blotting the Broncos out. That's the last tackle. Denver to his captain, Matheson, who hoists the bomb again. Underneath it this time is Gibbons.
That's a try. He took it off him. He stole it from Gibbons one-on-one. That will be a try. Peter Gill, I think it was. Yep, that should be a try.
And he's given it, Russell Smith. You spotted it, Steve-O. When everyone in the ground thought that it was over and done with that attack, you and Peter Gill didn't give it up.
Nice kick there from Terry Madison, and this was the try that they've been looking for. Now the fullback, Gibbons, takes it, and once taken it, Gill takes it off him. That is quick thinking. Now watch for Anthony Gibbons' elbows. They do not hit the ground, so therefore the tackle is incomplete. He takes it. Bang. The ball, the arm that was carrying the football did not hit the ground. Gill knew it. He pinches it, and boy, oh boy, they needed that 4.
Well, that's a try from absolutely nothing, but you've got to credit Terry Matheson for the high kick. And you also have to credit Peter Gill for not giving up the chase. Terry Matheson then with the attempted conversion, and he misses. Well, that could have been an important 2 points at the end of the day. 18-4. Langer then plays the ball to Leapie. There is Denver, and there's Duncan McRae, having had the 10 minutes. That's John Minto. Good defence, though, that time from Barry McDermott. Here's Peter Gill, the try scorer. Good run up the middle from Gill.
He won't give up. He really is a hard worker, Peter Gill.
Ray, little signal that he was coming this way. So he does to Matheson. To the arms of McRae. Holroyd there. And they're pushing him back and towards the touchline. Denver and Mestrov.
Well, Denver is the sort of player that can make something out of virtually nothing.
The standing, though, the Broncos there. Matheson again. This time they kick those slices off the outside of the boot. Leapie's underneath it, and he's immediately tackled. Good thinking by Carl Hall.
Just waited there, did Hall, and crunch time. Perfect timing. Well, it looks as though Leeds have weathered the storm, but that's a bad mistake from Hassan.
He drops it, Mestrov picks up the loose ball. They would be delighted to score another try here, the Broncos, right on the stroke of half-time. Oh, he does well, stands in the tackle, gets the pass away to Langer. Langer is clobbered by one of the biggest men on the field, Barry McDermott. Ray, the runner was Gill. Ball back inside to Justin Bryant. There's the half-time siren. Leeds weather a late storm from the Broncos. But my word, the Broncos were hit by an inspired Leeds outfit. And it was Graham Holroyd with that little dab through and the try that was eventually claimed by Gary Mercer that really puts the icing on a superb first half for Leeds. They lead by 18 points to 4. So second half here is underway at Headingley. Leeds ahead by 18 points to 4 at half-time. During the half-time break, news of the injured players. Marcus Vasilakopoulos, Leeds believe he has got knee ligament damage. And Evan Cochran, he has got a problem with his shoulder. He's just had an operation on that shoulder, and what's more, he is on his way to hospital. Harvey Howard, meanwhile, has come on during the half-time break for Gibbons.
Bit over the top, too enthusiastic from the substitute Barry McDermott.
Matheson now brings McRae into it.
He's got to be offside. Hassan was offside. He's allowing the advantage. If they don't score here, I still think they'll get the penalty.
Bryant. Ray and Tollett out wide again. Langer. Looping pass into the arms of Dinova. That's John Minto. Leeds managing to hold out. Gill. Peter Gill slices through for his second. Leeds dozing in defence, and Peter Gill saw big gaps opening up and sliced through. Peter Gill, his fourth try in the Super League, 2 here today.
That deserved that. It was good approach play. And the big second row, Peter Gill throws the dummy. And you can see there that Holroyd just didn't have the pace to fill in. Out it goes. Carl Hall went out. And Holroyd was caught short there. But Peter Gill in for the second try. Good thinking. Throws the dummy. Hall goes. Holroyd fails to fill. And Gill takes the fourth. Broncos not out of this yet.
So Terry Matheson, who got 11 goals, which equal the club's match goal-kicking record against Workington Town in the last game, comes in now for this conversion attempt, and that's the second one he's missed. And he's got a very front-end-on style, Terry Matheson. 18-8, he has missed 2. Trying to toe-poke them over the bar. And Tony Curry, looking on, knows that 4 points have gone begging. Fossard says to Mercer, get out the way. But can't get away from those two. And my word, London are really in control of this second half so far.
It's amazing what a talking from your coach can do at the half-time break. And Tony Curry obviously gave them the rounds of the kitchen, lift their game. They had to, but that's a nice kick. Deep into the corner, super stuff.
Great kick. And the Broncos will try and run this out. It'll be the 0 tackle. Crunch time from the big number 12, Adrian Morley. My word, the winger John Minto felt that.
It was a big one. It looked as though he was going to swing the arm into him, but he held it back. Did the right thing. That's good defence again.
Well, Leeds may have been stung into action by that try. And they're penning the Broncos into their own quarter. Harmon has returned for Leeds. That ball bounces off the chest of Iro, who's after it. Oh, and he does well, McRae, in the end. And again, he gets the pass away to Bryant. It's risky business. Leeds has dropped it. And Leeds don't want it for some reason. It's still gone free. Whose ball is it? Big decision here for the referee. He'll take first knock on, I think, and bring it all back and calm it down. Broncos head and feet.
Well, I can't believe that. The man in the picture, Leroy Leapier, dropped it first. That's the one. That's the first knock on. Well, where's the Leeds one? I can't see it there. Perhaps he's deemed that Mercer touched it. London won't complain, though. And a few of these Leeds forwards are going pretty high. They've already given a silly penalty away, which allowed London to score that try. They've got to calm things down.
Tony Ray at dummy half. That's a real escape for the Broncos. Mestrov plays the ball to Ray. He finds Peter Gill. 2 tries from Gill. He's dropped the ball.
Well, there you see, the man of the moment, Peter Gill, making a mistake. They're coming fast and furious. Was there interference? No. Just lost control.
Carl Hall. Dinover just got a little ankle tap on him. Tollett finished him off. Here's Hassan again. Runs through Matheson. Can't get away, though, from Scott Roskill. David Gibbons to Forshaw. And the handling error count is creeping up on both sides. Now Holroyd, lovely run. High swinging arm from McRae. Referee's whistle goes. Duncan McRae protests his innocence. Holroyd is flat out.
Holroyd stepped off the right foot. There, right over the top. Duncan McRae did not miss him. And neither did the referee, Russell Smith. Certainly the nasty action there from the fullback, Duncan McRae. Well, I don't know what he's smiling at. 2 points here from Leeds. Could just swing them and get them away.
Holroyd then, 3 from 3. Matheson, of course, 0 from 2. This really is, so far, a tale of 2 kickers. And the 100% record is maintained by young Graham Holroyd. And he stretches Leeds' advantage to 20 points to 8. Matheson, gap's 12 points. That's 2 converted tries. Mestrov has gone off and Darren Shaw returns. That's Justin Bryant, though, taking on Gary Mercer. And with a little bit of help from Nick Fozzard, that particular attack was halted. They keep the ball alive well, the Broncos. And again, Langer now. Those little legs are pumping. Kevin Langer, who is the A-team coach, but playing in Super League, and this is good stuff. And that's McRae, and the ball inside to Tollett, and the Broncos strike back again. The attack was launched by Kevin Langer, and it was continued with great hands down the right-hand side. And in the end, Tolson Tollett for his 5th Super League try, and Broncos not out of this yet.
Tremendous play by Kevin Langer. You could see that Leeds were nowhere in defence. Look at that. They really went to sleep on the blind side and were caught. And they paid the price. Tolson Tollett, good support play. Terry Madison, the skipper, says go round underneath the post. But Leeds were caught napping. There was only Hassan there. He had to commit himself to Dinover. McRae did the right thing. Super support play. Broncos back.
With a vengeance. That was on the last tackle. They decided to run it and go for the power play, as it's now known in Super League. They've scored right under the posts, and Matheson makes no mistake from that range. 20 points to 14. Leeds in for a real fight. And that's Mike Forshaw, who gets the ball away to Morley, whose head went back.
Matheson's got him.
Could be on his way here.
He'll go for that. And that won't help matters. Fozzard trying to take control himself.
He got up off the floor and wanted to fight. And the referee, Russell Smith, had already gone to the pocket.
That could save him. That could save Terry Madison. He was definitely dipping into the pocket, Russell Smith.
And he's gone back to the top pocket again. Mattison's going here. Red card for Terry Mattison. The Broncos captain goes off because of a swinging arm.
He lined him up, but it was not a clenched fist. He realized it was high, and he did not clench the fist. Either way, he didn't miss the big fella. Oh, Fozzard would have felt it. Well, just when the Broncos had fought their way back into this game, Mattison, the skipper, gets sent off. See the blood streaming down there from Fozzard's eye.
And he is in the blood bin because of that. 15 penalties, 8 to Leeds. Loses the ball, does Barry McDermott.
He was trying to turn in the tackle, was a big fella. They really didn't need that. All they had to do was just drive up. That 1 point could prove vital. They've missed their chance.
Bryant. He's carried the ball up well, Bryant, all afternoon.
They've worked hard. Both sets of forwards.
Nice lovely play from Gill to McRae. He's got Tony Ray in support, and Tony Ray, who went close first half, gets one this time. Tony Ray's try, the former North Sydney captain from Australia, his third try in Super League.
Tremendous work by Darren Shaw, put him to this position. But watch Gill here. Look at this pass. McRae takes it, scoots away. And like every good hooker should, the support play is outstanding. Well, Leeds had the chance to get that 1 point, which would have stretched it to 7. McRae races away. Cool, calm and collected. And Leeds will be kicking themselves.
Tony Ray won't be. Great try from him. Change of kicker, of course. Mattison sent off, so it's Denver from bang in front. And Denver adds the extras, and the scores are locked at 20 points all. London have run in 3 tries to 0 in this second half. And now we have quite a match at 20 points all. A game that looked well and truly out of the Broncos' reach is now very much within their grasp, despite the fact that they are down to 12 men. Leroy Lipia has gone off to be replaced by Darryl Pitt for London. And Leeds have also made a change. The blood bin has been reversed. Fozzard is back on the field with a big white bandage round his head.
And it was a good run from Fozzard. That's what they need now. Oh, bad mistake.
Straight into the face of Harvey Howard, to be fair to him.
Well, he thought he was a dummy runner. They're losing the plot to Leeds.
London, by the way, Steve-O, will play out the remainder of this match with what they have on the field. That's a high tackle, by the way, by Mercer. Penalty to London, who have used up all their substitutes allowed.
You can see Mercer going over the top before Harvey Howard came into attendance. Well, now, if London had had Terry Madison on the field, but he's off, sent off, they perhaps would have gone for the 2 points.
They are anyway.
But it's going to be perhaps out of the range of this guy. He's not the most powerful kicker in the world.
But he's got a big win behind him, Steve-O. And this is a vital kick. Remember, Mattison, he missed with 3. Otherwise, London could be well and truly on the way to victory here. As it is, Leo Denver with this vital penalty now. He'll give it a good thump. He's got chances. London hit the front. Well, the Headingley crowd are stunned, and Leo Denver says, calm down. Peter Gill really has worked hard today. In fact, the players of both sides have worked very hard. Good tackle from Tollett on the big man, Kevin Iro. Hall. Dumped to the ground.
Leeds will have to start thinking about it. Look at that possession. London 57%. And Leeds have to start experimenting, keeping this ball alive. We saw a great run there by Graham Allwright early in the second half, and that's what's needed again. He's got to take on this defence to try to make that break.
Harvey Howard trying to outmuscle them up the middle. That's the last one. Leeds only just inside the London half, and Holroyd trapped and under pressure gets the kick in. McRae traps it, then picks up. Scott Roskill. They will surely play out their 6 tackles here, the Broncos, and then kick deep into Leeds territory. Just cart the ball up. Don't do anything silly. They are the team now ahead. Mestrov takes them up to halfway. Tony Ray makes good ground. Turns, support is there from Tollett. Tollett sees a gap and goes for it. Tollett's on his way to the line, and Tollett scores! A remarkable comeback by this London Broncos team, and the second try for Tolson Tollett. And that was a breathtaking effort. He saw the gap, he went for it, and went for broke.
Good play by the hooker, Tony Ray. You can see there was no marker there. The Leeds defence was hung back. The support was there. They just held away. And Tolson Tollett used the referee superbly. He really piled on the pace. But look how Tony Ray, look at the defence there. They were caught napping. Neat little pass here. Second effort. Was there anybody there? No. Tollett gets in a top gear, and that's a Bronco try that will probably win the match. Wonderful break. Wonderful pass. He could see the gap. Look at the legs pumping. The strength takes him there.
Tolson Tollett with the try. So an important kick here for Denver. Slides it towards the post, but misses. So it's still going to be pretty tense. London 26-20 up. And the Leeds crowd can hardly believe what they've seen. Hassan read it well, and he launches what could be Leeds' last chance. Bryant's after him. That's a mile forward. It's play on, though. Minto's got it.
Well, the Leeds defence just stood there. They thought that the referee was going to blow up. Iro was stood around.
Darrell Pitt plays the ball. Mestrov carries it up again to within 8 meters of the try line. Now Tony Ray from dummy half going. Mercer there, so too Forshaw. Langer was calling for that. Was he thinking of a one-pointer, I wonder? Well, they're 3 meters short of the line. They're right in front of the posts. Duncan McRae stood back. Duncan McRae left-footed one-pointer, and he gets the one, and that surely is victory for London Broncos.
Good thinking from the fullback. See how he stepped there, under a lot of pressure. That's a great 1 point.
27 points to 20. We're deep in stoppage time. It's in the hands of the timekeepers now as Denver restarts. 7 points the gap. Leeds now have to score twice. And a match that they really did look as though they were winning, and winning comfortably, has slipped away from them in this amazing second half. A last hurrah perhaps from Francis Cummins. And the referee has got the Broncos for a high tackle on Cummins.
Swinging arm there, and he allowed the advantage. Cummins wants to get on with it.
There's the siren. It was a little short, sharp right from Kevin Langer, but it comes to nothing. Tony Curry has returned to Headingley, where he was a great player for this club, and has come up with a victory. And there is his London Broncos players. Leo Denver, who's kicking once Matteson went off, proved so important. but they came out second half, rolled their sleeves up. 4 tries they scored without reply, and Tulson Tollett, his will go down as the match winner. 6 minutes from time. McRae with the drop goal as we entered injury time, and they go over to their small band of supporters and say thanks for making the long journey to Headingley. 20 points to 27. London win. Gill with 2, Tollett with 2, and Ray. The goals from Matheson and Denver, and McRae the vital drop goal. Leeds, they lost the match. They looked like they had certainly won, and the Broncos march on.